Pan Am flagship. Is it another record? Sharp jewels. All this coming up this week on Horses and Courses.
One back, boys.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Another outstanding lineup of racing action from around the country was run this past weekend. Some excellent turf racing down in South Florida and some very interesting three-year-old fillies in action all over the country. Pretty much a ladies' weekend down in South Florida and Southern California, down in New Orleans also. We'll take a look at all the bright spots. Also in our notes this week, we'll get into our dual qualifier list and update you on our prospects leading up to the first Saturday in May. And of course, this coming weekend, a big weekend for three-year-olds, as we've got the Louisiana Derby and the Florida Derby. But that's a little bit later on in the program. Let's start things off with a look back at this past weekend down at Gulfstream. The Grade 2 Pan American Crown Royal. Always forget these corporate sponsors now. The Crown Royal Pan American Handicap was run. It's the premier grass race of the season for the older horses down in Hallandale. It's a mile and a half. The purse on the Pan Am this year was $300,000 guaranteed purse monies, featuring a mighty trio of a Wad, Diplomatic Jet, and Flag Down. A trio, how about a foursome? And throw in Lassigny as well. Very, very competitive group. Let's take a look. Tom Durkin calls the Pan American for us.
And they're off in the Pan American, and Marcy Zenson bounces out on the lead, and Zack Attack is up with him. Just in behind, Awad broke alertly today, who runs along in third in the early going. Alongside him, Diplomatic Jet. Flag Down under a light hold at the back of the pack, and Lassigny will be the early trailer. Heading around the first turn, Marcy Zenson is controlling the early pace, and the early pace appears to be an easy one. Zack Attack offering no pressure. Down inside, Awad up close to the pace today. Then it's Diplomatic Jet, a relaxed fourth. Flag Down restrained in fifth, and Lassigny is the trailer, but it's a tight pack through an opening quarter in an ordinary 25 2/5 seconds. As they come by us for the first time, Marcy Zenson just breezing along, unchallenged on an easy lead. Zack Attack and Awad is covered up in behind Marcy Zenson. Diplomatic Jet is three wide as they head for the clubhouse turn. Lassigny is in between horses and in hand, and Flag Down still under stout restraint at the back of the pack. 51 seconds flat for the opening half mile. It is a pedestrian pace indeed, with Marcy Zenson leading the field around the clubhouse turn. Zack Attack alongside running in second. Awad's had a good trip so far in behind the soft pace. On the outside, Diplomatic Jet running only 3 lengths from the lead. Lassigny and Flag Down. The field begins the run down the backstretch. Marcy Zenson now, and the tempo beginning to quicken. Zack Attack applying a bit more pressure. Awad continues to draft in neatly behind the front runners. Diplomatic Jet is in the clear on the outside. Lassigny's only 3 lengths from the lead with less than a half mile to go. Flag Down remains in behind horses as they head for the far turn. Into the far turn now, Zack Attack. Zack Attack on the outside, grabbing the lead from Marcy Zenson. Lassigny in perfect striking position third. Awad is now 3 lengths from the lead fourth. Then it's Diplomatic Jet and Flag Down. Midway around the far turn, Zack Attack. Marcy Zenson still has run. Lassigny is full out running in third. Awad in behind the lead. Santos cuts Flag Down loose. The field turning for home in the Pan American. It's Marcy Zenson desperate and bumped there with Zack Attack. Lassigny, Awad shoots through a huge opening on the inside, and Flag Down
Flag down, a neck victory. Jose Santos in the irons for owner Alan Paulson and trainer Chris Clement as they turn the tables on Lassigny as they reversed each other last time out in the Gulfstream Park Breeders' Cup. Lassigny getting that one by a half length over Flag down. Now Flag down turning the tables and winning this one. And this is his first win since the Bowling Green last July at Belmont. Awad, who is always on the board, just misses by about a half length as he's necks and noses behind the top two. Very competitive, and they always are, so similar in abilities. Flag down this time gets the victory as he goes the 1.5 miles in the Grade 2 Pan Am in 2 minutes, 27 seconds flat. All right, Sunday afternoon, one of our many 3-year-old fillies races we have on the program for you this week. We've got the Bonnie Miss Stakes at 1 mile and a 16th. $200,000, the guaranteed purse on the Bonnie Miss. Let's take a look. Again, here's Tom with the call.
And they're up. Dixie Flag heading for the early lead from her outside post and quickly clears the field. Gina and Glitter Woman take up positions in behind her. Storm Song has come away running fourth, and Southern Playgirl will be the early trailer as the field moves into the clubhouse turn, with Dixie Flag scampering clear by 2. But Glitter Woman is on the chase now. Second to Gina, backs off into third position, and a keyed up Storm Song today on the outside is in hand fourth. 5.5 lengths back to Southern Playgirl. 23-1 for the opening quarter. It was a demanding opening quarter set by Dixie Flag, the leader. Glitter Woman is close to her through these fast early fractions. 2.5 lengths back to Storm Song and Gina, and it's another 6 or 7 back to Southern Playgirl, the trailer. 46-2 for the opening half. The demanding pace continues with the half-mile to go. Dixie Flag in front. Glitter Woman continues to keep pace with her. 2.5 lengths back to Regina. Storm Song has faded 6 lengths from the lead. Around the far turn, Glitter Woman makes her move after the lead. Glitter Woman to the neck of Dixie Flag, and Glitter Woman takes a short lead as they approach the top of the stretch under a hand ride. It's Glitter Woman now by a length. Dixie Flag couldn't stay with her. It's another 3 back to Regina. Storm Song dropping out of it, and Southern Playgirl, they turn for a home with Glitter Woman opening up. Glitter Woman gives them the slip, opening up by 5 in the final furlong. She has left Dixie Flag reeling, and Southern Playgirl, Gina fourth, coming down to the finish. Glitter Woman dazzles today. Glitter Woman by 6 emphatic lengths.
Well, here she comes again, folks. Glitter Woman, just an easiest kind of a score. 6 in-hand lengths, her third in a row. She's gone right through all the 3-year-old filly races at Gulfstream this season, and she wins for fun with Mike Smith just guiding her around the Hallandale Oval. Southern Playgirl is in the second spot, and Dixie Flag runs on very, very nicely after trying to stretch him wide. Awaya hangs on for third. Big disappointment. It was Gina, who is well beaten in this race. Of course, she had come into the race with no worse than second on her brief form from last year as a 2-year-old, and they're going to have to do some retooling of Gina. But no retooling for Glitter Woman here as she rolls the 1 mile and a 16th in 1 minute 43-1. Our Eclipse champion from last year, Storm Song, not running well at all at Gulfstream this winter. She's well back in this field, and perhaps she'll get a little better once they move on to Keeneland or wherever she will perform next. But Glitter Woman, certainly the toast of the 3-year-old fillies in the eastern part of the country. Another 3-year-old filly coming up from the west later on in the program that might be in better mall. We'll see. All right, from Gulfstream, let's go to Laurel. More 3-year-old fillies on Saturday. The Politely Stakes, 7/8 of a mile. These are state-bred 3-year-old gals. Purse on the Politely, $60,000 in guaranteed monies. Here's Dave Rodman with the call of the Politely.
And they're off. Truth and Nobility. Here's Darlene's Friend going to go right to the front, sitting on go, and Weathervane picks up the chase from the rail position. Out of the chute, Darlene's Friend the one to catch. Weathervane is second, sitting on go. Assault John is now taken fourth. Lovely Tasha is next. Truth and Nobility settles in 5 lengths off the lead. Hip Wolf, G. O'Keefe is next, and last of all is Rose Creek Rose. Up the backstretch, Darlene's Friend now clears a length and a half to Weathervane second, same margin. Lovely Tasha. Assault John is in between runners, and on the outside is Sitting on Go and Truth and Nobility's 4 wide on the turn, but still just 3 lengths make that 2.5 lengths in the front. G. O'Keefe starts to rally wide on, and it's Hip Wolf back there second to last, and Rose Creek Rose is the trailer. 3 furlongs from home, Darlene's Friend, Weathervane right alongside in second. Truth and Nobility, Assault John, G. O'Keefe a 4 wide sweep outside. Lovely Tasha got to do better, and Hip Wolf top of the lane. It's Weathervane under a confident ride going on to the lead. Darlene's Friend drops back now. Truth and Nobility, G. O'Keefe on the far outside. Assault John just 3 lengths in the front. Weathervane, let's see if she can keep on going. Weathervane let loose now by 2. Truth and Nobility, and G. O'Keefe is third. Final furlong, Weathervane still there. Truth and Nobility, Hip Wolf far outside, and G. O'Keefe. Truth and Nobility gradually edging clear now, and it's going to be Truth and Nobility to win. Weathervane and G. O'Keefe.
Truth and Nobility. Steve Campanis in the irons gets a 2-length score and a dinger here. Ding! $23.80 for Truth and Nobility, coming from off the pace down the center of the track at Laurel for the win. Weathervane finishing in the second spot and was made the 6-5 favorite. G. O'Keefe finishing in the show position. Truth and Nobility gets her 7/8 and won 24-4. Sunday afternoon in Maryland, we had our state-bred fillies and mares turn to go postward in the 7-furlong Conniver Stakes. Again, we're looking at a $60,000 guaranteed pot on the race. And again, Mr. Rodman has the call for us.
And they're off. Conradley, Secret Prospect, Dance for Jen, and Norstep Allberg together, and Smartly is going to accelerate. Smartly hard-ridden to show some speed. Secret Prospect has caught about 4-5 path up the backstretch now. Faster and Farther settles in there second last, and Hey Let's Dance is the trailer. Secret Prospect has company 2, now 3 horses on her inside. In the pink colors is Dance for Jen, Smartly in the yellow at the rail, and right there as well is Conradley. Secret Prospect showing good speed though, and got ahead in front over Smartly as ahead of the far turn. Dance for Jan now settles in third position, and Conradley right off the pace there fourth. A length and a half more, and Norstep is next, Faster and Farther, and last of all is Hey Let's Dance. Smartly on the inside trying to cook up Secret Prospect on the pace here. Conradley is third, Dance for Jan, Norstep, Faster and Farther, Hey Let's Dance is last. 5/16 to go, Smartly at the rail, Secret Prospect, Conradley's under a drive, Dance for Jan, Norstep is next, Faster and Farther, Hey Let's Dance is last. Top of the lane now, Smartly and Secret Prospect. Secret Prospect on the outside, narrow lead. Smartly battles at the rail, and Conradley, Dance for Jan, Norstep is the rail, and Faster and Farther and Hey Let's Dance. Secret Prospect short lead. Smartly on the inside, battler most of the way around the racetrack. Secret Prospect pushed hard at 1-2, but Secret Prospect is there. Hey Let's Dance late run. Secret Prospect, Hey Let's Dance. Secret Prospect wins another.
Sent off the 1-2 overwhelming favorite here. Secret Prospect wins another at Laurel this season. I don't think she ever wants to leave that track, and why should she? John Tomorrow is on a roll with her there, just winning race after race after race. Carlos H. Marquez in the irons for the length score. Hey Let's Dance finished in the second spot. Faster and Farther got the show money, but Secret Prospect has a home there for this state bred as she goes the 7/8 on Sunday and won 23-4. Okay, from Maryland, let's go out to Florence, Kentucky. Take a look at one of a few 3-year-old preliminaries we have on the program for you this week. This is the John Battaglia Memorial Stakes, a mile and a 16th in distance. It's 100 grander, and of course it is the prep at Turfway for the upcoming Jim Beam. So in Turfway Park, John Battaglia's son, Mike, gives us the call of the Battaglia Memorial.
And they're off. For the lead from the inside, that's Famously Free and Concerto. Up on the outside, Broke Twice, followed by Star of Halo. Through from the rail, One for the Road as they move into the first turn. Famously Free down along the inside is in front. Has it by a length. Concerto second, a length and a half. Broke Twice runs a third by 2. Star of Halo on the inside fourth, a length. One for the Road fifth. Proudly We Hail is sixth. Esteemed Friend runs seventh. Then it's a length and a half back to Irv and Real Star first quarter, 22 and 3. Famously Free, Concerto up on the outside. Those two right together. Length and a half to Broke Twice in third. Real Star is fourth by a half. One for the Road fifth. Esteemed Friend is now sixth. Proudly We Hail seventh. Length and a half to Irv and Real Star. The half in 46 flat. Concerto on the outside gets the lead. Now draws off by 2 lengths. Famously Free second. Broke Twice gains ground third. Then it's a length and a half. Star of Halo is fourth. Then down along the inside, Esteemed Friend. But in the stretch, it's Concerto drawing off. Concerto ducks out a bit, but still has a 5-length lead. Then up from the outside, that's Star of Halo who takes second. Then Broke Twice, Esteemed Friend nearing the wire. Concerto wins in hand by 4.
Well, here's Concerto by 5, winning his second in a row for John Tamaro. Stakes winning double for Mr. Tamaro and Carlos H. Marquez as they got the Battaglia Saturday in Kentucky. And, of course, we just saw them winning the Conniva back in Maryland on Sunday. So nice weekend for the jockey and the trainer. Concerto is George Steinbrenner's other 3-year-old, and we say that because Acceptable is not running too great for Nicky Zito, but Concerto certainly is here, and this might be the one to lead Mr. Steinbrenner to Louisville on the first Saturday in May. Looked a little goofy through the stretch there. The jock said he looked at the gate, and that's why he ducked out, but the gate is over there. Why is he ducking toward the gate? I would think he was shying away from something he might have saw in the infield. Nonetheless, he is a 5-length winner. Star of Halo and Esteemed Friend, they'll be the place and show horses. Sent off at even money, and rightly so, coming off of the win going into the race. And now that puts him spot on ready for an excellent effort in the upcoming Jim Beam, settling right in there at Turfway with a race over the track and using his speed to advantage to control the race there. Concerto might have a voice in the 3-year-old picture as we narrow down the preliminaries. He gets the mile and a 16th in 1:42 and 2. All right, from Kentucky down to the Big Easy. Big doings in the Big Easy this past weekend. First, we've got the Bayou Breeders' Cup Handicap on Saturday at the fairgrounds. A mile and an eighth grass race, $150,000. He added purse. This race started off, I think, as a $75,000 added race, and with all the increments to the purses, it's now up to $150,000. Let's take a look. Is Tony Bentley giving us the call of the Bayou Breeders' Cup?
All in line. And they're off. All the way well, Hush Lou on the inside for the lead. Honolulu Gold now up from the outside. Then comes De Puntillas, and Once in a Blue Mamoon. And Hush Lou wants to run off and hide here. Opens up quickly, 10. Honolulu Gold is next. It's about 6 back to De Puntillas in third. Flame Valley on the outside, fourth. Once in a Blue Mamoon, fifth. Star Lord is sixth. Then comes Expressive Gal in seventh. Accelerator is eighth. Maxine is ninth. And Tough Broad, 22 and 4, but a long way to go. Down the back straight. It's Hush Lou. Trying to be restrained by Sidney Lejeune in front by about 7 here. Honolulu Gold is next. 6 more, De Puntillas third, and then comes Flame Valley on the outside fourth. Star Lord is next, followed by Once in a Blue Mamoon. Then comes Maxine, Expressive Gal, Accelerator, and Tough Broad. And as they come to the top of the straight, Hush Lou's bid in the spotlight is finished. Honolulu Gold on the outside. Flame Valley is next, and De Puntillas. And down the straight, Honolulu Gold, Flame Valley is next. Maxine now on the outside, quickly on. And by the 8th pole, Maxine bolts to the front by about 5 now. Then comes Flame Valley. It's Maxine winning the Bayou Breeders' Cup.
Maxine, Tommy Skiffington sends this one over from Gulfstream, and he rolls to a victory by 6 lengths. Julie in the irons where she likes to be, on the outside and driving for the score, and was sent off. The favorite paid $5. Flame Valley was second. Tough Broad finishing in the show position. Maxine, loving the Fairgrounds turf course, goes the mile and a furlong in 1 minute 53 seconds flat. Sunday afternoon, the big one, the New Orleans Handicap, the premier handicap of their season during the winter. 1 1/8 for our older horses, $300,000 the guaranteed purse, and again, that's a considerable jump up from where that was started at as 150, I believe, when the meet began. Featuring Is It In Good, who of course held a world record for a mile for what, 3.5 weeks or so. Trainer Wally DeLassy opted to skip the big cap last weekend at Santa Anita and ship him to New Orleans and try this race. Let's see how he goes. Here's Tony giving us the call of this year's New Orleans Handicap.
In line. They're off in the New Orleans Handicap, and all the way well, Isn't It Good, from the outside for the lead. Western Trader now moves up. De Bull is next. Scott Scoundrel at the rail. Then comes Buckstrider, 4 lengths back to Byers. And Clash by Night as they move round the first turn. It's Western Trader on the lead by 2. Isn't It Good? Scott Scoundrel third at the rail. De Bull is fourth, about 4 off the pace. 4 lengths back is Buckstrider. Then Clash by Night on the inside, and Byers. 24-1 was the first quarter mile, which was set by Western Trader. Leading here by about 2 over Isn't It Good. Scott Scoundrel is third by a half over De Bull. Then comes Clash by Night along the inside. Byers is right there, and Buckstrider trails. Half went in 48 as they go into the far turn. Western Trader has the lead on the outside. Isn't It Good? Now up to match strides with the front runner, and Scott Scoundrel looks for room. De Bull is next. Then comes Byers on the outside. They turn for home in the New Orleans Handicap, and Isn't It Good has the lead. Western Trader is next. Scott Scoundrel. Then comes De Bull. They're at the 8th pole. Isn't It Good has the lead. Scott Scoundrel is next. On the inside is Western Trader. By the 16th pole, Isn't It Good, the California Invader, will win the New Orleans Handicap with David Flores. Isn't It Good?
Well, Tony Bentley, for some reason, not aware of the correct pronunciation of this horse's name. Is It In Good for his 4th in a row, and 6 out of his last 7 right to the winner's circle. Gets another one here, 2.5 length score, carrying high weight of 121 pounds, and the prohibitive favorite in the race, ridden to victory by David Flores for trainer Wally DeLassy. Smart move, avoiding the Dick Mandela trio last weekend in Santa Anita. This guy is going to establish a reputation on his own, and it seems that he has a habit now of breaking track records when he goes out. 2 track records in a row have fallen for Is It In Good here as he sets the standard for the mile and an eighth at the fairgrounds. Western Trader and Scott Scoundrel are behind him in the second and third spots. Is it in good? Maybe we'll see him in Arkansas next at Oaklawn Park in the Oaklawn Handicap. He goes the mile and a furlong in 1:48 and 2. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out the break, we've got our action from Oaklawn this weekend. A couple of a filly and mare race, I should say, and another one of our 3-year-old filly races for you. We'll be out in Northern California for taking a look at the 3-year-olds in the El Camino Real, and back in Southern California at Santa Anita, we have more ladies in action in the Oaks and the Santa Margarita, and we'll finish things up with handicappers of both sexes in New York. Lots more to come. Don't go away. Be right back after this. From the sands of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, the OTB TV and radio network proudly presents the second running of the $4 million Dubai World Cup at Nad Al Sheba Racecourse. A crack field of international stars has been assembled to compete in this year's race under the magical skies of a Middle Eastern night. OTB offers you win, play, show, exacta, and trifecta wagering on this event and on the Dubai Duty-Free Invitational as well. The aura of last year's race will not soon be forgotten, but alas, a new world champion will be crowned with this year's running. Will America's invaders dominate again this year, or will the host nation wrest the coveted prize? Don't miss this magical day, Saturday, the 29th, here at OTB. Approximate post time is 10:30 a.m. for the Invitational and 11:15 a.m. for the World Cup. At Oaklawn on Saturday afternoon, we had fillies and mares sprinting in the Carousel Handicap. They're going 3/4 for a $50,000 added purse. Here's Terry Wallace in Hot Springs with the Carousel call.
And they're off in the Carousel Handicap. Field breaks together, Western Lil to the rail. Ruddy Eagle showing speed today, and to the outside it's Icy Morn. 3 lengths back to JJ's Dream in 4th. Alongside of her, that is Noxie in 5th, and the trailer is Cupidon. Down the backstretch, Icy Morn takes the short lead with Western Lil at the rail 2nd. Ruddy Eagle is 3rd, Noxie inches up 4th. JJ's Dream has the rail 5th, about 5 lengths off the lead. Cupidon the trailer as they head for the turn. The opening quarter, 21 and 4. Icy Morn cutting out the fractions here, leads it by 2. Western Lil is 2nd. Ruddy Eagle and Noxie, the 2 Arkansas breds, are side by side, 3rd and 4th. Then it's JJ's Girl and Cupidon. And here they come into the stretch of the Carousel Handicap. And Icy Morn continues to show the way. Western Lil is 2nd. To the middle of the track, there's that gray streak, JJ's Dream, and now she's in full stride. Icy Morn leads it. Western Lil is 2nd, and JJ's Dream 3 lengths back in 3rd. A furlong to go. Western Lil now puts her head in front. Icy Morn fighting back. JJ's Dream's not going to get there today. This one's going to Western Lil. She's going to take the Carousel Handicap by just over a length. Icy Morn 2nd.
Well, here's Western Lil. Tim Ducey in the irons, scoring a length victory. Sent off as the 3-1 third choice in the wagering by the Oaklawn folks on Saturday afternoon. And for the life of me, for a filly that only has 1 career loss, and that came last out when she finished 2nd in the Pippin, you'd think she'd be the 4-5 favorite in the race, but no. Icy Morn was the 2nd choice at 2-1. Now, there's your 4-5 favorite, JJ's Dream, your 3rd place finisher. Western Lil, a nice racing mare, 4-year-old filly by the Seattle Slew Stallion, Western Trick. Gets her 6th victory out of 7 lifetime starts, and as we just said, that other start was a 2nd, last time out in the Pippin. What a nice gal she is. Icy Morn, JJ's Dream, 2nd and 3rd. Western Lil's time for the 3/4 at Oaklawn on Saturday, 1:09 and 2. Okay, now on Sunday afternoon, another one of our 3-year-old filly races, the Honeybee Stakes at 1 mile and a 16th. Purse on the Honeybee, $75,000 in guaranteed purse monies for this grade 3 event. Scotty Schillhofer sent over Alisum from Gulfstream Park with just that one blemish on her record. She was the outstanding favorite in the race. More rains in Arkansas. We got a sloppy track. Let's see how they go. Here's Terry Wallace's call of the Honeybee.
And they're off in the Honeybee. To the middle of the track, Zach Cat, Valid Bonnet, but Calvin Burrell lets loose on Alisum, and quickly she opens up 2. It's Alisum to the lead. Meadow Song alongside of her Valid Bonnet. Then Hoot Nanny, Water Street drives up, and Zach Cat suddenly finds herself at the back of the pack as they head onto the turn, and they have to chase the favorite Alisum as she takes the 2-length lead. Valid Bonnet is second at the rail. Meadow Song is third. To the middle, it's Water Street, Hoot Nanny, and Zach Cat the trailer, the opening quarter, 23-3. Alisum galloping along with a 2-length lead. Valid Bonnet sets sight after her in second. Meadow Song is still third. Hoot Nanny 4 lengths off the lead in fourth. Then Water Street and Zach Cat. They continue down the backstretch. And it is still Alisum. Nice, smooth strides. She gets past the half in 47-2. Valid Bonnet, the Magnolia winner, still there in second. Meadow Song to the rail. Hoot Nanny trying to reach a striking position on the outside. Then Water Street and Zach Cat, they head on to the final turn. And still it is Alisum the leader, but now Hoot Nanny wants to put in her challenge. And Valid Bonnet is right there in third. 2 lengths back to Water Street. They go past 3/4 of a mile in 1:11.4, and here they come into the stretch of the Honeybee. Alisum to the rail, Hoot Nanny alongside, Valid Bonnet to the outside is third, Water Street is fourth. Alisum meeting the challenge of Hoot Nanny, and now Valid Bonnet is going to begin her run down the middle of the track. With a 16th to go, here comes Valid Bonnet down the outside, Alisum at the rail. Valid Bonnet, the Magnolia winner, coming from off the pace, and it is Valid Bonnet who is going to win the Honeybee by a length and a half. Alisum running second, and Hoot Nanny was third.
Valid Bonnet, Tim Ducey in the Iron Stakes, winning double for jockey Tim over the weekend, winning the Carousel Saturday and coming right back on Valid Bonnet Sunday for Steve Asmussen to win a length victory, sent off at 5-1. The 1-2 shot, Alisum can do no better than get second here. I believe she just got plumb tired. She had only gone 7/8 of a mile in that allowance race at Gulfstream last time out. Now she's trying to stretch out to 1.16 off on that track that was bogged down with all the water in it. So she was a short horse at 1-2. Valid Bonnet, she'd been racing in the Magnolia, won that one by 7 at a mile, and had plenty of bottom here to get the victory. Hoot Nanny finishing in the 3rd spot. Valid Bonnet, a 3-year-old filly by Valid Appeal, loves the going and scoots home Sunday in 1:43.3. All right, to Northern California, Bay Meadows on Saturday afternoon had the other of our 3-year-old preliminaries this week, the El Camino Real Derby at a mile and a 16th, $200,000 for these sophomores, featuring the undefeated Wild Wonder and Pacific Bounty, who was part of that $38,000 triple in late January at the Golden Gate. Let's take a look, see how they go. Here's the call from Paul Allen.
And they're racing, and they've broken a line in the El Camino. Wild Wonder started quickly, so too did Carmen's Baby, and it's Carmen's Baby and nose with 1 lap to go. Twin Spires lay third. After that, we have Pacific Bounty flying with Eagles, and the early trailer is Newman. 6 runners separated by 6 lengths with 7 furlongs to go. And Wild Wonder and Carmen's Baby set off 2 to the good of Twin Spires. Then it's 2 more back to Flying with Eagles to the inside of Pacific Bounty. And Newman is now 7 lengths from the lead as they go up the Bay Meadows backstretch. Carmen's Baby forcing Wild Wonder into an early pace battle. And these 2 are in perfect harmony as they go up the backstretch. Twin Spires lay in a good spot in third. Then it's Flying with Eagles, Pacific Bounty, and Newman. Carmen's
Baby and Wild Wonder hooked up out of the starting gate, and they'll go by the half together. Twin Spires is niggled at by Ram Sammy to the outside of Flying with Eagles. Then we come back to Pacific Bounty. Newman is now double digits out of it, and Wild Wonder's trying to put his nose in front. Carmen's Baby remains tenacious. Twin Spires is under a full out ride. Then it's Flying with Eagles, Pacific Bounty, and Newman. 5/16 to go. Wild Wonder maybe by an inch. Carmen's Baby still clinging to the favorite. Twin Spires is 4 off, so is Pacific Bounty. Then it's Flying with Eagles and Newman, and here they come in the El Camino. Russell just took a peek back. Wild Wonder leads the way ahead. Carmen's Baby is all heart to his outside. Wild Wonder and Carmen's Baby joined by Pacific Bounty, and they come by the furlong. The Wild Wonder along with Carmen's Baby, Pacific Bounty. What a great El Camino this is, and it's Pacific Bounty to beat Wild Wonder. Pacific Bounty and DeZarmo win the...
Hey, this guy's for real. Pacific Bounty is third in a row. He broke his maiden in the mud at Hollywood. Then he was part of that wild race at Golden Gate, the Derby there, and won that one at 11-1. Well, he's not 11-1 this Sunday. He was sent off at 5-2 and gets the length victory. Kent DeSormo in the irons, and of course benefits greatly from the crazy matched race duel between the previously undefeated Wild Wonder and Carmen's Baby. They just went at each other the entire mile and a 16th, and obviously set it up for Pacific Bounty to get the length score. Wild Wonder at 3-5. Best he can do now is second. Carmen's Baby finishes in the show position. Pacific Bounty, Walter Greenman says he'll probably not go to the Santa Anita Derby, but may look at the Arkansas Derby as his next start, or perhaps the Jim Beam goes the mile 16th in 1:41 and 4. I'll throw Pacific Bounty's name into our 3-year-old mix here, so that Golden Gate race indeed not a fluke as he wins the El Camino Real. Okay, down to Arcadia for a look at the weekend action at Santa Anita. We'll start you off with more three-year-old fillies in the La Habra Stakes from Saturday afternoon. They're on the grass this time at 6.5 panels. The purse on the La Habra, $100,000. In added monies is Trevor with the race call.
Heel for the La Habra, sent on their way to a perfect start. Granha Realesa is out fast, but now here comes Funny Nexus flying on the inside. Up alongside of Funny Nexus, racing in behind that is Wealthy, and Starry Ice is up on the outside of them. Then back to Lavender Racing, 6 off these leaders who are flying. Punner's back third last, been followed by Conway, and Montecito last, 15 off the leaders. Past the half mile they go, and Granha Realesa flying goes clear a length and a half to Funny Excess. Yakima Ridge is right up there in the third spot, now 3 lengths off that leader. Then we come back to Wealthy in fourth, and Starry Ice fifth, 7 off them. Then Lavender, a big gap of 6 back to Pun, Conway and Montecito. They come to the top of the stretch in the La Habra, and Granha Realesa kicks on for home. Granha Realesa clear by 2 to Funny Excess. Wealthy on the outside, and Lavender unwinding a late run on the grandstand side. Homeward bound now, Granha Realesa at the rail. Wealthy between them, and Lavender's flying in the center of the track. And Lavender, like an express train now, collars Granha Realesa with 50 yards to go. And Lavender and Alex Solis fly home in the La Habra. Wealthy second, then Granha.
Lavender sent off at 9-2, $11 ticket. She gets the La Habra Stakes Saturday, a length and 3/4. Alex Solis in the irons for Ben Cecil. This 3-year-old daughter of Smile gets her first stakes win, and she could be pretty nifty on the grass. Wealthy finishing in the second position, then Granha Realesa finishing in the show spot. Lavender going the 6.5 panels on the Santa Anita lawn in 1:13 and 3. Now, Sunday afternoon, 2 Grade 1 events, one for the 3-year-old fillies and then one for the fillies and mares, and boy, both races showcasing stars, no doubt about it. Let's take a look at the Oaks first, the 3-year-old filly Grade 1 event at a mile and a 16th. $200,000 is the added purse on the Oaks. And, of course, D. Wayne had Sharp Cat in the lineup, and obviously the best 3-year-old in his barn. His colts seem to be going nowhere, but boy, does he have another filly star in Sharp Cat. Let's take a look at her as she's just going to ho-hum this field. Is Trevor with the call.
Anita Oaks. Fields sent on their way. Queen of Money coming out well with Sharp Cat right there on the inside. Demon Acquire, High Heeled Hopes up alongside of her. And Double Park last, but only 3 lengths covers them all. They head to the 7/8 and the favourite Sharp Cat going to make her own pace today. Sharp Cat goes immediately to the lead, takes it 3 parts of a length with Queen of Money racing up there in second. Demon Acquire is down at the rail. High Heeled Hope in the black colours between horses, and outside of her is Double Park. They run to the 3/4 pole, and Sharp Cat not in any hurry for a Grade 1 race. Sharp Cat just taking them along leisurely now. Queen of Money comes to put a little bit of pressure on her on the outside, and those two go clear now a length and 3/4. At the rail comes Demon Acquire, right up alongside is High Heeled Hope. They 3 off as leader, and the trailer is Double Park. They head to the half-mile pole, and still Corrie Nakatani and Sharp Cat got it all their own way out here. They just lope past that half-mile pole in the Oaks. They clear by a length and a quarter. Queen of Money's in second. High Heeled Hope coming after them third. Demon Acquire can find no more, and Double Park is 8 off the leaders. They approach in the 5/16, and Sharp Cat still glides along just over a length in front. Queen of Money is second, and High Heeled Hope now trying to come and make a race of it. Double Park and Demon Acquire not involved. At the top of the lane, and Sharp Cat in the white blinkers still being confidently ridden, strides clear by 3 lengths as they come past the 8th pole. And at Sharp Cat now just putting on an exhibition for us this afternoon. Sharp Cat, the daughter of Storm Cat, just going to totally destroy the field in the Santa Anita Oaks. Sharp Cat by a half a dozen. Queen of Money second, then Double.
Well, the official margin was 5.5 lengths. She went off at 1-5, and she's just on cruise control. A very easy win for Corrie Nakatani and D. Wayne. And the Thoroughbred Corporation of Ahmad Salman, one of the rulers of Saudi Arabia. Sharp Cat now may go in the Santa Anita Derby or may go in the Ashland Stakes at Keeneland. They're both on the same day, so they're going to have to take a look-see as to what way they want to go. And, of course, Lucas, no stranger to running fillies against the boys in any kind of derby for that matter. So we'll see what input the owners have into this decision. Certainly there is no competition on the West Coast and may not be any in the entire country, and that includes Glitter Woman, because as impressive as we saw Glitter Woman at the top of the program, Sharp Cat equally, if not even more impressive, as she knocks off her 4th in a row since that dismal performance at Woodbine on Breeders' Cup Day. She has just rolled through every available filly race for her division out on the West Coast, and now looking for perhaps a confrontation with the boys. Queen of Money and Double Park, they'll be second and third. She cruises the mile and a 16th Sunday in 1:42.1. All right, the other Grade 1 feature Sunday afternoon, the Santa Margarita Invitational at a mile and a furlong, $300,000, the guaranteed purse on this race, and of course featuring another champion, or last year's filly and mare champion, Jewel Princess, looking to add to her resume. She already won the Santa Maria first time out in '97 after being crowned the Breeders' Cup and Eclipse champion. Let's take a look. Remember, she's carrying high weight of 125 pounds. Here's Trevor.
Runners for the Santa Margarita sent on their way to a perfect beginning. Logier is very fast out the inside gate and takes the early lead with Top Rung running up on her outside. Jewel Princess content to take back into third with Tuxedo Junction racing a close-up 4th, and then comes Port Plaisance. Hidden Lake is going to be forced to go a little wide into the turn. Only 5 lengths would cover the whole field. They head to the 7/8 and Logier setting off at a decent pace, not flying but takes them along decent, just over a length in front of Top Rung. Hidden Lake is getting up third, and Jewel Princess between horses races a joint fourth. Inside of her comes Tuxedo Junction, and that leaves Port Plaisance last, but only 4 lengths off the leaders. They swing on to the backstretch, and it's still Logier and Gonzalino Almeida setting the pace a half a length in front of a tightly held Top Rung. Hidden Lake on the outside third. They've slowed this pace right down for a grade 1 now. Back on the rail is Tuxedo Junction. Between horses, Jewel Princess is only 3 lengths off the leaders, and outside of her is Port Plaisance. A half mile to run in the Santa Margarita, and Logia quickens them again now. Logia going to quicken into that far turn. Top Rung is racing in second, and then Hidden Lake. At the rail, Tuxedo Junction having to be sent along. Jewel Princess now has 5 lengths to make up, and Port Plaisance is last. They approach the quarter pole, and Top Rung now hitting the front. Down at the rail, Logia. Hidden Lake is in third, and Jewel Princess now going to come with her run on the grandstand side in the green cap, and she's unwinding late now. They homeward bound. Top Rung, Jewel Princess on the grandstand side, starting to fly now though, and Jewel Princess, Hidden Lake in the white is going to make her run. It's Jewel Princess and Hidden Lake. Jewel Princess having to call up all her class this afternoon. Jewel Princess, Top Rung comes back at her, but Jewel Princess...
Well, a little bit of showing off here. Jewel Princess running like the champion she is, accepts the 125-pound impost, and much to the dismay of trainer Wally DeLassy, we might add. He thought perhaps 124 would have been fair, but he ran her anyway, and she gets the job done by a half length. Again, Corey Nakatani, boy, the winning jock here. What a position he's in, riding the top 3-year-old filly and Sharp Cat, and then jumping off her and jumping on the top filly or mare, Jewel Princess. She goes off at 2-5 and just guts it out here, conceding gobs of weight. Top Rung, who was her nemesis last year, gets in with 116 pounds. That's a 9-pound swing, finishes second. And then we have Hidden Lake finishing in the third position, carrying 114 pounds, an 11-pound swing. So Jewel Princess running as a champion should. And again, Ahmad Salam, the owner of Jewel Princess, in partnership with the Stevens family, Mr. and Mrs. Stevens, have the victory here. Next stop looks like it'll be the Apple Blossom at Oaklawn Park. What a season Jewel Princess is going to have, and what a weekend for Nakatani and the Thoroughbred Corporation of Prince Ahmad Salam. Her mile and a furlong out at Santa Anita, 1:49.1. Champion weekend out on the West Coast for certain. All right, let's take our second break here. When we come out of the break, we'll finish up the replays from last week, taking a look at Aqueduct's 2 races over the weekend. Handicap Inner Dirt specialists as they closed out the Inner Dirt season Saturday and Sunday. We'll take a look at the Gray Lag for the guys and the next move for the gals. Then we'll check out our notes department, and as we told you a bit earlier in the program, it's dual qualifier week again this week. And of course, we'll take a look at the upcoming big 3-year-old stakes this weekend in our notes department, including the San Felipe in Southern California, the Louisiana Derby down in New Orleans, and the Florida Derby at Gulfstream. Don't go away. Lots more of important stuff coming up. Be right back after this.
Capital OTB, in conjunction with Track Data Systems of California, announce a new development on the World Wide Web. It's free. It's entries, odds, and results online with a virtual tote board. It's a real-time odds board. You receive free up-to-the-minute odds, entries, and results from any track Capital OTB is handling. To use this service free of charge, you must be a Capital OTB Phonobet account holder. Capital OTB offers 3 types of Phonobet account: an agent-operated system, automated touch-tone system, and a VIP account. Opening an account is quick and simple by calling 1-800-292-BETS. That's 1-800-292-BETS. Or visit Capital OTB's site at http://www.capitalotb.com.
The inner dirt season comes to an end this year at Aqueduct, and amazingly only lost 6 races through inclement weather conditions, and that of course occurred Thursday of last week when high winds forced the riders to abruptly cancel the program. So albeit a pretty mild winter down in the metropolitan New York City area this season. Closing out the year, we've got our handicap males in the Gray Lag on Saturday afternoon at 1 mile and 3/16. The purse on the Gray Lag, $75,000 in added purse money. You folks know these horses and you can see them in your sleep. They're so familiar to you. Let's take a look. Here's John Dooley with the call of the Gray Lag.
And they're off. Julio Pazua going for the lead with Iron Gavel, but Philo Bertolione is sending Going Gray 2, and Going Gray is in front of Iron Gavel as they pass us for the first time. Then down inside is Then Some with Ave's Flag and Rum and Cope. More to tell ranging up there, now wrangled in to run from off the pace. Traffic Circle settles in nicely, 7 from the front runner Going Gray, and King's English at the back of the pack in 8th. 24-1 the opening quarter as they round the clubhouse turn with Going Gray in charge, Going Gray by 2 lengths. Then Some is running second by a couple of lengths, and Iron Gavel will do his running today from just off the pace. Then 2 more to Ave's Flag. More to tell has a good ground saving spot, 5 from the lead. Then it's Rum and Cope, 3 more lengths back to Traffic Circle, and a half a dozen lengths back to King's English, still trailing in 8th. 49-second flat, the half mile, Then Some coming up to put a bit more pressure on Going Gray, who still leads it while in hand. Then 3 more lengths back to Iron Gavel. Julio Pazua wants Iron Gavel to move now past the half mile pole. More to tell has given up no ground. Ave's Flag is ridden along. Then Rum and Cope, Traffic Circle, still 7 back with 3 furlongs to go, and King's English remains well back in 8th. 6 furlongs went in 1:13 flat, 5/16 to go in the Gray Lag, and Going Gray is still there. More to tell now coming up, 1 off the rail, followed by Then Some. Rum and Cope rallies down inside, Iron Gavel 4 wide and dropping back, top of the stretch. And Iron Gavel now in the clutches of More to Tell. More to tell, surging in front at the 8th pole. Going Gray now second. Traffic Circle kicks in gear. Iron Gavel and Rum and Cope. They're at the 16th pole. More to tell, chased home by Traffic Circle. Going Gray runs on. Rum and Cope 4th. The Gray Lag going to More to Tell. A length and a half winner.
Well, who else would you expect to win this race? If it wasn't going to be Iron Gavel, it would have probably been More to Tell. And here he is, the old son of Morrow, making his 59th career start, gets his 15th win. Richard Migliori in the irons, length and a half score. This horse just absolutely loves the inner dirt track. He loves racing in the winter, and Gasper just loves to have him in his barn. He gets another win in his long, long successful career down in New York. A state bred to boot. More to tell. Traffic Circle and Going Gray, they'll be second and third. More to tell goes the mile and 3/16 Saturday in 1:57 and 4. Sunday afternoon, it was the Distaffers' turn in a handicap. The Next Move handicap at 1 mile and a furlong, $75,000 the added purse on this one. And again, a very competitive field of fillies and mares that have been battling each other all winter long down at Aqueduct. Again, here's John Dooley giving us the call of this race.
They're off. Restored Hope is sent toward the lead. There goes Prophet's Warning as well. Shoop is up close, Full and Fancy toward the inside. Alien's Countess, then Bruce Revenge. Milcalates and Lots of Talc is 8th, going toward the first turn. Prophet's Warning and Restored Hope, they're head-to-head as they enter the first turn. 2 lengths in front of Alien's Countess, Shoop running 4th. Full and Fancy settles in, 5 from the front runner, which is now clearly Restored Hope. Then 2 more lengths back to Roost Revenge, Milcalates, the Millionaire Mare, Lots of Talc is 8th, 10 from the front runner, Restored Hope into the backstretch. 23-second flat, the opening quarter, Julio Pazua and Restored Hope there by 3.5 to Prophet's Warning. Another length back then to Alien's Countess 3rd. Shoop biding her time. 4 from Restored Hope moving toward the half-mile pole. Bull and Fancy also in hand, rating kindly. Then 2 more to Mil Calates, who's pushed along some. Still 4 more to Ruth's Revenge. Lots of talc. Diane Nelson wants her to move, and she's pulled lots of talc to the far outside. 47 and 1 the half mile, just over 3 furlongs to go. In the next move, they still have to catch Restored Hope. Prophet's Warning has been giving chase. Aileen's Countess, Shoop. Mil Calates with a red cap, 5 lengths back with 5/16 to go. Then Full and Fancy, lots of talc, still 9 lengths behind at the quarter pole. And Ruth's Revenge as they turn for home. 3/4 went in 1, 12 and 1. Restored Hope still there. Prophet's Warning now gaining ground second. Shoop to the attack. Full and Fancy is coming strong, just in behind horses, then Mil Calates. They're in the final furlong. Full and Fancy trying to squeeze through. Aggressive move here. Shoop on the outside and Prophet's Warning down toward the line. Richard Migliore, Full and Fancy with a thrust at the 8th pole.
Well, in the rare treat back in mid-February, these same gals went against each other, and it came out Prophet's Warning, Full and Fancy, and Shoop. So we just move up a couple of weeks and get into the next move here, and got a slight reversal this time. Full and Fancy gets the better of the gals in this race, with Shoop finishing second and Prophet's Warning finishing in the 3rd spot. The race run not without controversy, though, as Richard Migliore, in a little bit of daring do here, sees an opening in deep stretch between the tiring Restored Hope, ridden by Julio Pazua, and Prophet's Warning, ridden by George Chavez. The opening occurred when Prophet's Warning drifts out just a little bit. Richie guns Full and Fancy to that opening, and then George tries to shut the door on Full and Fancy, but it was too late. She was already in there, and banged Full and Fancy up against Restored Hope, whose running was about done, as she was backing up anyway. The stewards looked at it and realized what was going on, let the order stand. So Rich gets the victory, a stakes-winning double as he closes out the Inner Dirt season, winning both handicaps over the weekend on More to Tell Saturday and Full and Fancy for John Kimmel on Sunday afternoon. Shoop has been on the board in her last 3, running in all the races for Gasper, the affectionately the rare treat, and here the next move gets another placing. Prophet's Warning has had a very productive winter as well, winning Allowance Company and then the rare treat, and now finishing 3rd in the next move. Very competitive and consistent group here of distaffers. But it's Full and Fancy's turn as she goes the mile and a furlong Sunday in New York in 1 minute, 51 seconds flat. Okay, that takes care of all of our replay action for this week. No Wednesday feature as Gulfstream starts its big Florida Derby weekend on Friday afternoon with the Gulfstream Park Sprint Championship, in addition to several other stakes races on Saturday. Let's get into our notes department and take a look at all of them. We've got, besides that sprint race, we've got the Creme Fraiche, we've got the Swale, always popular at 7/8 for the 3-year-olds, the Fort Lauderdale, and the Della Rose Stakes. The Florida Derby itself, televised per usual on ABC TV, will have a post time of 4:37 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. We've got the field for you. 8 horses drawn to post position. Acceptable and Jerry Bailey, 4-1. Pulpit, the 3-5 chalk with Shane Sellers, of course. Michelle's All Hands gets Julie at 15-1. Post fall went to the fast closing. Captain Bodgett, maybe the extra 16th will help him. Alex Solis on board as usual at 5-1. Post 5, I beg your pardon, goes to Frisk Me Now, the upset winner of the Hutchinson Stakes with Eddie King, 20-1. Post position 6, Jack Flash, Craig Perrette, also at 20-1. Post position 7, Wrightwood from D. Wayne's barn. Joe Bravo will be aboard Wrightwood, 20-1. And Hurry the Dance, Gary Boulanger on board, rounds out the field also at 20-1. Looks like a cinch for Pulpit, doesn't it? The other 3-year-old races we'll be watching: Smoke Glacken in the Louisiana Derby on Sunday afternoon. That's wagerable here at OTB. We also have the Fairgrounds Oaks on Saturday, another wagerable race here at OTB, both with the usual formats. The San Felipe will be run this weekend out in Southern California for 3-year-olds. So 3 big 3-year-old races for you to look at this weekend. Briefly, other races of note this weekend: handicappers at Turf Paradise in the Phoenix Gold Cup. We've got the Orchid Handicap to close out the Gulfstream meeting, and then Hialeah opens on Monday. Also, last weekend, we told you after the big cap that we didn't think Dick Mandela should be sending gentlemen to Dubai, and as it came out this week, after conferring with the owners, they have decided to forgo the Dubai trip for gentlemen. Now, very quickly, our dual qualifier watch continues. Here's Ordway waiting on the Gotham. Trader had a bullet work and is ready to run. Blazing Sword had to miss the Florida Derby. Little problem with his colon. He should be okay. Swiss Yodeler out in Southern California. We might have to knock him off next time around. Silver Charm looking for another race. The San Felipe is a possibility. Gold Tribute, still a maiden. Got bumped up to second on a DQ last time out, but he looks doubtful now. Hello, looking to the Santa Anita Derby off of the 3rd in the San Rafael. Then we've got Stolen Gold looking to get a better race in the San Felipe. Jules, good comeback this past weekend down at Gulfstream. Excellent effort finishing second. He seems to be back coming around. The Silver Move is ready to run again, and Cash Deposit goes in the Louisiana Derby this Sunday. So there you have a look at our dual qualifiers, the 3-year-old picture, and the weekend stakes. What a weekend it's going to be. Don't miss a minute of it. That's it for this week. As always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfesita here. So long, everybody. We'll see if anybody can beat Pulpit. I don't think so.